Now, as the state waits for aid from Washington, many are looking to the state's rainy day fund, wondering why the governor's not dipping into that. News 5's John Kosick joining us live now from his home. And John, it is safe to say it's raining.
It's pouring, and we're looking for higher ground. Look, this fund has long been a lifeline for governors in the state of Ohio in times of crisis. And by Governor DeWine's own admission, it promises to be once again. Most of us try, not always successfully, to stash away spare change here and there for an emergency. The state of Ohio is no different, only their sock drawer is called the Ohio Budget Stabilization Fund, or as we know it, the Rainy Day Fund. And over the years, Ohio has had its share of rain, forcing a newly elected Governor George Voinovich in 1991 to drain the fund before later building it back up. So did his successors Bob Taft and Ted Strickland, who famously left the fund in 2010 with under a buck during the Great Recession, a move that would haunt his future political life.
But as governor, Ted Strickland left only 89 cents in Ohio's Rainy Day Fund.
It was Governor John Kasich who took the fund from that 89 cents gradually up to just under $2.7 billion, where it stands today, consistently fighting legislative efforts to raid it. To put it in household terms, that $2.7 billion to the state is the equivalent of a person earning $50,000 a year having $3,900 stashed away for an emergency. It's enough to cover expenses for about 4 weeks. It's something DeWine told me shortly after winning election he would work to protect.
The state has a rainy day fund of $3 billion. Sounds like a lot, but in a $70 billion budget, that can be gone on a blip. In what case would you ever tap into that?
Well, I think a rainy day fund is there when we hit a recession, when we hit a pretty significant bump in the road. And the whole idea is so that we can get through that without dramatically slashing services.
But by that definition, DeWine today will tell you
it's raining. But look, this is the type crisis that Governor Kasich and the legislature intended when they started putting this money away.
But Governor DeWine, as a condition of releasing the money, wants the legislature to do what many of you are already doing at home, and that is looking around to see where you can cut, because revenues, in the short term at least, will be drying up. You simply cannot collect sales tax on items that aren't being sold. Live in Shaker Heights, John Kosick, News 5.